The history of Japan this time is the Meiji Restoration following the previous one. The Meiji Restoration is a revolution that overthrew the previous administration in the latter half of the Edo period and the subsequent modernization reforms. This revolution made Japan one of the few countries that did not become a colony of the Western powers, and had a strong influence on later Asia. The people who caused the Meiji Restoration were mainly low-ranking samurai of the Choshu and Satsuma domains. They are also pretty young samurai. How did they become the centerpiece of history? First, let's talk about the origins of the Choshu and Satsuma domains. In 1600, Ieyasu Tokugawa won the Battle of Sekigahara. In this battle, he effectively became the pinnacle of Japanese samurai. There were samurai who were on the enemy side in this battle: the Shimazu family and the Mori family. The Shimazu clan owned most of the Kyushu region, and the Mori clan owned most of the Chugoku region. However, their territory was greatly reduced, and they were to serve the Tokugawa family as Tazama daimyo. This is the important point. They basically didn't feel any gratitude to the Tokugawa shogunate. I think this is a big part of the fact that the samurai of Satsuma and Choshu were able to take action to defeat the shogunate. The daimyo, in the late Edo period, were burdened with sankenkoutai and could not cope with the highly developed economic society, and as a result, they were in a state of enormous debt. Please see past videos about sankenkoutai. At the end of the Tokugawa shogunate, the Satsuma domain and the Choshu domain were very financially blessed domains. As a result, they were able to purchase state-of-the-art weapons, overwhelming the Bakufu army, which was several times larger in number, and succeeding in the revolution. This time we will talk about the Satsuma domain and the Choshu domain. The Shimazu family is a family of samurai who have been rooted in Satsuma since the Kamakura period in the 1300s. Therefore, the connection between the Shimazu family and the local samurai was quite strong. Unlike other clans, the Satsuma clan was dominated by samurai like half-farmers who had a Chigyo system. Unlike other samurai of the clan who lived in urban areas, the samurai of Satsuma who lived in rural areas were in close contact with the farmers, forcing them to rule extremely rigorously. It is said that the tax of farmers of the Satsuma domain amounted to more than 70% of their income. Under such severe exploitation, there was no room for the Satsuma domain's farmers to develop independently, and the Satsuma domain's agricultural productivity was significantly inferior to the national average throughout the Edo period. In addition, the Satsuma domain, which is located in the southernmost part of Japan, was very expensive for sankenkoutai. Therefore, until the beginning of the 19th century, the Satsuma domain was extremely financially difficult. A man was appointed to deal with this financial crisis. His name is Hirosato Choshu, a low-ranking samurai. Choshu has embarked on various reforms. First, he stopped paying interest on a huge amount of debt, and then paid in installments for 250 years, which was almost a defeat of the debt. Naturally, there was a fierce protest from the creditors, but he paid a lot of money to the shogunate and won the acquiescence of the shogunate. Next, reforms were made to raise income within the domain. As I mentioned earlier, the Satsuma domain's agricultural technology was low, and rice was not harvested so much. However, sugarcane was harvested on the island south of Satsuma, and the clan's income was increased by thoroughly exploiting it. In addition, Okinawa, which is further south of Satsuma, was a country called Ryukyu at that time, and was under the control of the Satsuma domain. At that time, Japan prohibited trade with foreign countries, but the Satsuma domain was specifically allowed to sell traded goods that Ryukyu had traded with China and Nagasaki. This is called the Satsuma domain's Nagasaki commercial law. Choshu made various reforms, such as hiring lower-ranking samurai personnel and strictly implementing frugality within the domain, and the Satsuma domain achieved savings of $500 million by the end of the Tokugawa shogunate. However, Choshu was hated by various groups such as samurai, townspeople, and farmers who had been subjected to various reforms, and Takamori Saigo and Toshimiki Okubo, who were active at the end of the Edo period, also rebelled against Choshu. Due to the issue of successor to the Shimazu clan, Choshu was pushing Hisamitsu Shimazu, and he was in a fierce conflict with the next feudal lord, Naraikira Shimazu. Naraikira exposed the Satsuma domain smuggling, and Choshu took responsibility for seppuku. Choshu had a bad reputation in Satsuma, and his achievements were unknown until the Taisho era. However, the reason why the Satsuma domain had such military power was because of the reform of Choshu. The Choshu clan was also suffering from a chronic deficit structure. In the Choshu clan, a man was appointed to rebuild the finances. His name is Seifu Murata. He was an excellent and promising person. First, he rescued the clan and the samurai who were in debt. If you pay 3% of the principal of the debt for 37 years, the debt will be cancelled. Then, the merchants were allowed to freely trade candles, which are special products of the clan, and tax was levied on sales. Shimonoseki in the Choshu clan is a key point of transportation, and a transportation company was set up in this place. The clan was able to make a big profit with this company. In addition, the Choshu clan is geographically close to South Korea and has accumulated huge wealth through smuggling. His policy also led to the opposition of merchants, and the company in Shimonoseki was disappointed by the shogunate, and Murata was forced to lose his job. After that, Murata focused on human resource development and collected talented people regardless of their status. This attitude had a great influence on the later recruitment of talented personnel of the Choshu clan. The feudal clan, which was active at the end of the Tokugawa shogunate, achieved economic reforms before Perry's arrival and had accumulated sufficient power. In addition, the Satsuma domain and the Choshu domain are also focusing on human resource development, laying the foundation for talented low-ranking samurai to demonstrate their abilities. These two clans led Japan to a new world. Next time, let's take a look at the history of the Choshu clan. If the video is interesting, please give it a high rating and register.